Hey, everybody. Welcome to September. Whenever I think about September, it always makes me think about getting everything ready, getting everything set, getting all my ducks in a row for school. I remember when I was younger, it was like super exciting because I could get like new notebooks and they were all fresh and it was like a new start and all of the things. But over the years, and I started to think about like what actually September is. And to me, it's still about the newness of the fall. And it's kind of doesn't make any sense, right? Because fall is all about the ending of the season, and the closing down, like the hibernation that's sort of happening. But it isn't always like that, right? There is a sense of fortitudiveness that happens in the fall where we feel like we get to be productive, we get to create, we get to do all the things that we were sort of allowing ourselves to put off in the summer, and that the summer was all about having fun or taking the time to enjoy the weather. And I started to think about that because the truth is that we all want to enjoy the weather no matter what the season is. I think for me in the East Coast, if you live on the East Coast, you have a sense of the fact that that warmer weather is rare, that it doesn't happen throughout the entire year. So you want to grab all of those moments. But what's interesting is that when you speak to people who live in warmer climates, they don't have that same sense, right? They're actually hibernating in the house when it's super hot because they want to get away from the heat. So it's all a matter of perspective. But I think it's all those years that I went to school that September always feels like the time to get things going, to get things moving. And I think with it comes this sense of like the push that we have within ourselves, that old school thinking that we have to get it done. And so I wanted to give a special like nod to the fact that, well, maybe we don't have to. Maybe we don't have to push. Maybe we don't have to get it all done. Maybe it'll all just happen if we allow ourselves to believe in what we're doing and approach it with a sense of curiosity and joy, and not about comparing ourselves or judging ourselves. And then we get to forgive ourselves when things don't work as well as we want to. So I'm going to pull a card. Let me just flush the cards. Today, I'm going to be pulling from the Rose Oracle deck. I really love Rebecca Campbell's cards because she has the understanding about how intuition is really just like a part of us. And I really align with that frame of thinking. And so the Rose Oracle cards really give a sense of love and forgiveness and compassion that I think that we all need to have, specifically at this time of the year, because we are so prone to allow ourselves to push ourselves to accomplish things and then forget to take care of ourselves. So the card that I'm pulling today is Morning Dew. It's the card. And so when I start to look at this card, it's really funny because the card itself on the bottom, it says a fresh start, a positive outlook. And I was just really just talking about all of that. And I think what's interesting is it came in upside down. So for me, when cards come upside down, it means it's already done. And I think that we have to just know that the fresh start, the positive outlook is something that we already contain within ourselves. That we already know that rushing and pushing isn't actually going to create positive outcomes. That we know that being more compassionate to ourselves and allowing ourselves the time to be still and a time to dedicate to taking care of ourselves is so important when we're in the place of trying to get things done. We used to, in our old stories, used to think that we used to bypass those things, that we didn't have to take care of ourselves, that actually we just had to push forward. But I just want to remind you in this moment that that story, that old story, needs to stay in the past. And the new story, the one that you're stepping into, is the one that you remember. Remember to have compassion for you so that you can have the fortitude to do the things that you want to. Have a beautiful September. Bye.